All right, number 9, we have 4 parts. It says among 26 to 31-year-olds, 37% say they have used a computer while under the influence of alcohol. Suppose 5 26 to 31-year-olds are selected at random. We're going to complete parts A through D. So part A, what's the probability that all 5 have used a computer while under the influence? Okay, so I'm going to say probability of you, and you is going to be under the influence. Use a computer under the influence is going to be 0.37. So we convert that 37 to a decimal. So part A wants to know what's the probability that all 5. So this is going to be independent, so you need to know that each of these are independent. So we're going to be doing this number times itself 5 times. We could index them, say P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, but it's all the same, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is going to be equal to 0.37 to the 5th power. Okay, so let's find out what that is. We're going to round to 4 decimal places. All right, so we get 0.0069, and the 3 after the 9 will not round up, so 0.0069. All right, what is the probability that at least one has not used a computer while under the influence? So the probability that at least one has not, this is part B. At least one has not will be equal to 1 minus probability that all have. So if I take out the one case where they all have used it under the influence, I'll be left with the probability that at least one has not. Okay, so this is the recurring theme in this section. So the probability that they all have, we just computed here, which we got 0.0069. So if we do 1 minus 0.0069, it's going to leave us with 0.9931 when rounded to 4 decimal places. All right, C, what's the probability that none of the 5 have used that computer while under the influence of alcohol? So probability that none of the 5 have. So it's going to be 1 minus the probability that they have used it. Okay, will give me the probability that they haven't used it. So we'll just say U complement. All right, so this is 1 minus 0.37, which is going to equal to 0.63. So the probability that a single person has not used the computer under the influence of alcohol is going to be 0.63. Now we want to know that this is the case for all 5. So probability of none of them using it to the 5th power, which is going to be equal to 0.63 raised to the 5th power. So let's find out what that is. We get 0.0992, and then the 4 will not round the 2 up, so just 0.0992. All right. And then the last part, what is the probability that at least one has used a computer? So this is going to be the opposite of all 5 of them not using it. So if I take the total, which is 1, minus the probability that none of them have, I get the chance that at least one has. So I'm going to do 1 minus the probability that none use under influence. It's going to equal the probability that at least one has. All right, so 1 minus none of them have used it. This is a case that none of them has used it, so we're going to do 1 minus 0.0992, and that will give us 0.9008, that at least one of them has used under the influence.